Well, my first entry into the field of disability was when I was working at as a research assistant for a for-profit consulting firm. They had many divisions, and I was assigned to the education and training unit. And my first project had to do with the evaluation of state agencies for the blind and visually impaired. I was an assistant, just doing assistant work, and actually after that particular project, there were other grants that the organization wrote for and received based on the experience of people in the firm. And so since I had worked on this particular grant having to do with visually impaired and the blind, then my resume was used for other programs that were related to disability. So that was kind of like my first entry into the disability field.
So tell us a little bit about Edutech.
Well, as I evolved from the position as an assistant with the project having to do with blind and visually impaired, the consulting firm also received a grant from the U.S. Department of Education on education technology. We had a number of individuals who were working on special ed technology projects at the time, and I was assigned to work with this group, and the project was Edutech. There were some great people, Susan Elting, Sharon Ramonde. They were my mentors when I worked there at the consulting firm. And we worked on that project for probably about 3 years. And we were providing information to teachers, administrators around technology and how they could use technology to teach students with disabilities. It was an exciting project. It was very new. Technology was new at the time, and certainly there was nothing to do with special ed technology on the market. So a lot of the adaptations that we talked about or provided information about had to do with probably solutions from regular ed. You know, the computers were big and clunky at that time, but they were useful. There were no software on the market. But at that time, you began to see some of the software being developed for people with visually impaired, software for people with learning disabilities, software for people with, you know, whatever the disability was. And so it was really an exciting time. Probably between 1983 and 1986 was the period in which we were sort of adapting regular technology to fit special ed technology solutions.